So we're gonna turn this into this so we can put this on top of it. The concrete people wouldn't come out for like 2,500 bucks is what they said. And when I got quoted for this barn that I just got put up, they had like a 10 by 10 slab was gonna be like $4,000 or something like that. And I needed a 10 by 8. So we're like in between $3,000 and $4,000 for a slab. And this shed is perfectly fine on here because it just stores bikes. So I'm gonna show you what I did and let's save a bunch of money. Let's get into it. And I want a 12 by 8 square and I'm gonna build this shed on it. The shed is 10 by 7. I just want a little ring around it and I'm gonna put a little firewood holder on the side. So it's, you know, thousands of dollars to get the cement poured. So what I'm electing to do is I'm going to take this stone over here, this brick, and I am going to encase a 12 by 8 around, and I'm going to fill it up with this stone. But all this isn't for just this. I'm building another fire pit, so make sure you subscribe because I'm going to build a fire pit area, lounge area with all this stone. So this cobblestone over here, I paid 300 bucks for. It's 4 tons, dropped off in my driveway. And then this right here, this is a little overboard with the brick. I only needed 3/4 of that, but it was to lighten up the load in the truck. Anyways, that was like 120 bucks or something like that, maybe 100 bucks. We're gonna need 26 bricks to go around. First, I'm gonna take my trusty Cenex till here, and we're gonna till all this up. So I'm gonna mark out my area. I got a 4-foot board here. I'm going to eyeball this. I'm probably gonna go a little over. It won't be perfectly square until I start laying the bricks down. And I'm gonna show you guys how to save potentially $2,000 to $3,000 just to set a shed down. So let's go. All right, so I tilled over it one more time, kind of raked it out, and I'm gonna kind of smooth it out with one of these little stamper thingies. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth because we're putting rocks on top of it. So I'm just gonna go around, smooth it out, and then after that, we'll start laying all the bricks. So we're getting there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down weed barrier. So I'm going to overlap it a little bit, come over the edge, and then I got these little metal, got these little mini croquet staples, and we're going to staple on the outside, and then I'm going to start putting brick down, make sure it's level, and then set up the next one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go get a little bit of the gravel and put it around the perimeter to set the stone on. So, all right, let's get to laying some tarp. All right, so we're gonna start with our first block right here, and we're flush with the garage, and we're gonna start going all the way down. And once again, I'm not trying to make this perfect, guys, just good enough to put a shed on instead of laying concrete. So like that already, look at that. I do have a level that is level. Now we will repeat this process all the way down. That was gonna drive me nuts, that overhang. So just trim off a little bit. There we go. Looking decent, huh? There we go. Now it's time to fill in the rock. It looks like rain. I sure hope not. All right, so this turned out pretty good. We're not done yet. So I'm gonna trim all of this extra weed barrier here, all the way around, clean it up, kind of throw those rocks back in. Once I put up my shed and then I have all this like ugliness around here, I'm going to put dirt all around and then reseed it all with perennial ryegrass, because perennial ryegrass will germinate the fastest. And I'll put that all around, and then all this grass will grow in within like 7 or 8 days. It'll be like, we'll be mowing it. So big one is I'm gonna wash the rock, because all this looks gray. This actually has a lot of color in it. So let me hose this off and show you guys the finished product. Oh yeah, look at that color. That's gonna look good. Yeah guys, this is it. Pretty sick. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. I got more DIY stuff coming. Shed will be right here. And there it is. Let's take a look. It's like, you know, oh man, it's not gonna be sturdy. It's rock, the water's gonna go through. I have weed barrier down there, so now the weeds won't go through. I mean, this thing looks decently level. And when we come inside, it's like, you don't hear the crunching of the rocks. And there is a little dip though, because one, I will tell you, is that because I am a DIY dad saving money, I'm not a contractor. I know there's things where like you put a stake in and you take a string and you level the string out and you go all the way around to make everything perfectly level. This thing is to store bikes, guys and girls. You know, it's bikes, which is, you know, like right here, bikes. And winter stuff, and I'm not hanging out in here, so it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. So I was gonna put rock glue down, but I didn't because I didn't think it was necessary. So, but I mean, we're talking, you know, to put up a shed, the base is, this costs 150 bucks, and everyone's like, you need to put it on a slab. You know, like my whole family, you gotta put it on a slab. It's like, what is the point? You know what? So the shed feels good for itself. It's like, this is all you need. Those are extra brick right there. So, but no, there you go, guys. I got another fire pit DIY, similar situation going on. We're gonna put whiskey barrels and lights up. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications, because I got a lot of DIY projects. And then I got this monster lawn. I went from 5,000 square feet to 20,000, and I'm gonna make this place beautiful. We're putting a putting green in and everything. So subscribe, hit the notifications. Look at that, it's a beauty. All right guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.